Welcome to Inspire to Aspire, where we bring you amazing inspiration and motivational topics from some of the most well-known motivational speakers of all time. Today's topic is about self-esteem and personal development, featuring insights from Rohn. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and enjoy the video.
Self-esteem is the foundation upon which all success is built. It is the belief in oneself, the confidence to take action, and the resilience to overcome setbacks. The good news is that self-esteem is not something that we are born with. It is something that we can cultivate and develop over time. And in this presentation, I want to share with you some of the secrets of building your self-esteem. First and foremost, it's important to recognize that self-esteem comes from within. It's not about external validation or approval from others. It's about accepting and loving yourself for who you are, flaws and all. One of the keys to building self-esteem is to set and achieve goals. When we set goals for ourselves and work towards achieving them, we develop a sense of purpose and accomplishment. This, in turn, boosts our self-confidence and self-esteem. Another secret to building self-esteem is to focus on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. We all have areas where we can improve, but it's important not to dwell on them. Instead, focus on what you're good at and what you enjoy doing. This will help you feel more confident and positive about yourself. It's also essential to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This means getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. When we take care of ourselves, we feel better about ourselves, and this helps to boost our self-esteem. Finally, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. The people we spend time with have a significant impact on our self-esteem. So it's important to surround ourselves with people who encourage and uplift us. How we feel plays such a major part in our future. First, it's what we know, so we can make wise decisions about danger and opportunity. But second is how we feel. First, it's how you feel about the past. You need a healthy attitude about the past so that you use it, not live in it, but use it. Not carry it like a burden, but let the wise lessons you learned from the past now serve as fuel to furnish the future. Next, a good attitude about the future. You got to set your goals. We look back for experience, but we look forward for inspiration. We must be instructed and inspired. No better inspiration than to set your goals. I started this process when I was 25. Literally rocked my world, changed my life. I had no idea it was so simple. Here's how simple it is. Decide what you want, write it all down. Make a list of the people you want to meet. Make a list of the books you want to read. Make a list of the classes you want to take. Make a list of the skills you want to learn. Make a list of the cities you want to visit. Make a list of the investments you want to have. Just make these lists. Here's the next key now. Start checking them off. Put a lot of little things on some list so you can start checking off something right away. That's part of the fun. Here's what's next. If you check off something major, celebrate, because that inspires you to make a longer list of goals. And put everything on your list, little things, insignificant to someone else, important to you. I put a little revenge on my first list. My mentor said it was healthy. Some of the people who said I couldn't succeed, kid from the farms of Idaho, they went on my list. Couldn't wait to get my new car, drive it up on their lawn. Say, oh, pardon me, here's the money to have it fixed. Just little satisfaction. My Japanese friend, Toro Ikeda, San Jose, California, put on his first list, a Caucasian gardener. Way back then, everybody had a Japanese gardener. Everybody, Japanese gardener. I said, I'm Japanese, I'm gonna have a Caucasian gardener. Okay, little satisfactions, right? Set your goals, decide what you want, write it down, start checking them off. It's powerful stuff. Next, it's how you feel about everybody. If you want to be a leader, true leader, entrepreneur of the highest order, well-respected, unique in your field. Here's number one, how you feel about everybody. And this is philosophical as well. You cannot succeed by yourself. So a unique sense of appreciation of everybody goes with the territory of leadership. It takes everybody for each of us to be successful. One person doesn't make an economy. One person doesn't make a symphony orchestra. It takes everybody. For this gathering today, all of you had to be here to make this gathering. Everybody. If one of you were missing, there wouldn't be this many people here. Everybody to make something work. For the office, whatever, the enterprise takes everybody. The gift of America is everybody who came over the last 200-300 years, bringing with them their gifts. No country has become such a depository of the gifts of the world like America has over the last 200-300 years. People coming, bringing their gifts. Gift of language, gift of learning, gift of politics, gift of government, gift of medicine, gift of healing, gift of music, gift of the work ethic. All this came in steady streams from all over the world, making us unusual because of the gifts that were brought. And to understand that and appreciate it now gives you open access to the market that's available to make your fortune. Now, what I love to do is go back where these gifts came from. Not long ago, I was in Rome, had 1,000 people in my class. Someone suggested, Jim Rohn loves the music of Andrea Bocelli, the blind opera singer from Italy. So when they introduced me, I walked to the podium and all 1,000 of these Italians stood up and sang for me one of Andrea Bocelli's songs. In true Italian style. Here's. I described it to my grandchildren later. I said, here was the scene. A choir of 1,000 and an audience of 1. And that was me. I thought, here's where some of these gifts came. The gift of poetry. The gifts. So learn to appreciate the gifts. Now, the last attitude is how you feel about yourself. Nothing more powerful than self-esteem, which creates self-confidence. The greatest steps towards success come from self-confidence, and that comes from self-esteem, doing what you know you should so that at the end of the day, you have high self-esteem. It is my pleasure to be here today to talk about one of the most significant roadblocks to success. That roadblock is the habit of making excuses. We've all been guilty of making excuses at some point in our life. But the truth is, excuses are nothing but a self-imposed limitation that prevent us from reaching our full potential. You see, excuses are a way of shifting responsibility away from ourselves. We blame external circumstances, other people, or even our own limitations for our lack of success. But the reality is, success is not about external factors or circumstances. It's about taking responsibility for our lives and doing what it takes to achieve our goals. When we make excuses, we are essentially giving up on our dreams and settling for less. We are allowing fear and self-doubt to take control of our lives. But the truth is, success requires courage, determination, and a willingness to face challenges head-on. Instead of making excuses, we must take ownership of our lives and our circumstances. We must recognize that we are in control of our own destinies and that we have the power to create the lives we desire. In the words of my good friend, the late, great Zig Ziglar, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So, the next time you find yourself making excuses, take a step back and ask yourself what you can do to overcome the obstacle and move forward.
Now here's what would be pitiful if your income grew and you didn't grow. Because here's what usually happens. If your income takes some jumps, it's best that you grow quickly up to where your income is. Why? Because otherwise your income will soon come back to where you are. I'm telling you, success doesn't want to hang around an incompetent person. That's the problem with winning the lottery. the lack of self-development to be able to master it and keep it. And now the fortune is bigger than the person, rather than the person being bigger than the fortune. You see, that's what's challenging, to be involved in a situation that makes you grow. If that situation is success, keep growing to be bigger than your fortune. If that situation is failure, keep growing until you're bigger than the problem. Keep growing, keep becoming, keep doing it until. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Once I understood that, I changed my whole method of operation. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. What you pursue usually eludes you like a butterfly, something you go after that you can't catch. Success is something you attract like a magnet by the person you become. To attract attractive people, you must be attractive. To attract powerful people, you must be powerful. To attract committed people, you must be committed. Instead of going to work on them, you go to work on yourself. You work harder on yourself than you work on the job. And if you become, you can attract. The whole key is to make yourself valuable. The key is to make yourself attractive. The key is to make yourself skillful, competent, willing, powerful, unique, sophisticated, cultured, being able to manage, in control, healthy. The whole key really to the future is personal development. Because the greatest gift you can give to someone else is your personal development, self-development, self-investment. The greatest gift you can give is your own personal development. If I become 10 times wiser, 10 times stronger, 10 times brighter, 10 times more competent, think of what that will do for my success. If I grow, think of what that will do for my future. Self-development earns success. Self-investment earns respect. And the only way to make a better and better and better investment in your future is to become better and stronger and wiser and more competent. And the more attractive you become, the more attractive you are. And the more attractive you are, the more you attract success. Self-development, self-investment attracts success. That's powerful. Now, there are two qualities that can increase your chances of success. Two very important qualities. Number one, patience. Number two, persistence. Let's talk about patience for a moment. Patience is what? Learning to handle the passing of time. Now, once you've had an appetite for success and you start going for it, now you've got to learn to handle the passing of time. Here's why. It takes time. It takes time to build a corporate work of art. It takes time to build a symphony orchestra with flawless music and harmony that sends you on flights of ecstasy, to be remembered long after the orchestra has shut down and the lights have gone out. It takes time to put harmony together. It takes time to build a life. It takes time to build an enterprise. It takes time to get through school. It takes time to develop and grow. So give your enterprise time. Give your business time. If you're in management, give your people time. If you're a parent, give your kids time. Don't be too short, too quick. Give them time. Now, not forever, but time. It takes time. Here's the ultimate challenge. You've got to have patience with yourself. It takes time to make changes in habit and discipline. It takes time to correct old errors in judgment and to finally give up old blame and pick up new responsibility. I'm telling you, it took me some time. I used to blame the government and blame taxes and blame the company and blame the marketplace. It took me a long time to give that up. That was a pretty comfortable list to explain my empty bank account, pennies in my pocket, nothing in the bank, not doing well, embarrassed by my situation. It took time to give that up and only blame myself. That took a while. So have patience with yourself, number one. And number two, while you're dealing with the passing of time, number two is to keep doing it. Be persistent. Be tenacious. Keep doing it until. As long as you are patient and persistent, It's hard to elude success. As long as you maintain patience and persistence, tenacity, there's only one person, just one person, that will draw the line between success and failure. One person, and that person is you. So be patient. Be persistent. You need both patience and persistence together, and here's why. Lack of patience is probably the worst enemy of ambition. While your ambition keeps growing, keeps moving, keeps looking for new ways to succeed, impatience tends to grow frustrated. Impatience won't allow for persistence. Impatience wants to give up. Impatience calls discouragement failure. But your ambition won't let you give up so easily, not if you're persistent. What others may call failure, ambition calls a learning opportunity, a chance to make adjustments along the charted course to success. Ambition knows something else too. Ambition knows that the longer the achievement is in coming, the more valued it is. So let me give you a few aspects of patience, some examples that might help illustrate just how valuable it is. There are 6 aspects of patience, and here's number 1. Knowing when an opportunity is right and when more preparation is needed.
Need a little pick-me-up today? Welcome to the new Fresh Motivation app, where you'll find daily motivation, daily quotes. Listen to your favorite speeches in the background or with a black screen, so nothing interrupts your motivational moment, where you can create your personal profile, create playlists of your favorite speeches and quotes, add personal notes, and start setting goals. Fresh Motivation, the home of motivation. Get it now for free on Google Play.